So this G90 is a really quite fantastic car. This one in particular is $70,000, 365 horsepower from the twin-turbo V6, and these are kind of mono-spec cars. So you get one of these and everything is included. It has all these options, all these luxury features. So for example, this has heads-up display, heated and cooled seats, really quite nice parking cameras. You've got the 360 view, and they're really very high resolution, which is awesome. So if we just reverse here a little bit, you can see exactly where you are in the lines from above, which is very useful, and of course how far you are from things. And then if you go forward, a front camera will turn on automatically when you go into drive, which is pretty great. And of course you've got heated steering wheel. You've got that rising rear shade for some extra privacy, and then you also have rear seat shades back in the back seat, which is pretty nice. Now, in the back seat is kind of where all the action happens, so to speak. There's really a lot going on back there. Okay, so you've got these shades for some privacy. You got a couple 12-volt outlets, and then here, if you bring this down, you've got all your climate and radio controls, as well as heated rear seats, and you got a little storage cubby with a USB charging station, and the piece de résistance is you can move the front seat from the back. So this is obviously if you're seated here and you're a fancy executive with super long legs, you can just kind of move that all the way forward like that. And you have a very airy, open feeling backseat experience. And you can just drive around like that, and these functions will work as long as the seatbelt isn't belted. And obviously, if you have someone you don't like, you can just own their life with the controls back here too. So I guess there aren't a ton of features back here. It's not like there's rear entertainment or anything like that, but there's still some pretty neat things, and it's very, very comfortable back here, and all these materials are very nice. There's nice kind of a suede Alcantara type material on the headliner, and then of course Genesis has their Lexicon sound system back here as well. But it's all very nice, and kind of one of the best parts about this car is how it drives too. So let's put this back here and we'll go for a little drive. All right. So there are a couple of different driving modes. There's individual, which you can kind of set to your own settings, like sport engine, sport transmission, sport suspension, sport steering, or comfort. I believe I have everything in my individual mode set to sport, everything except for engine. And then there's smart mode, sport mode, and then eco mode. We'll just start with smart mode driving, and that just kind of senses your driving style by what you're doing. And it's probably the mode that most people will use every day. I was using eco last night to see what kind of fuel economy I could get in the car, and I was averaging around 22, 23 miles to the gallon, doing kind of a mixed highway city drive and just kind of taking it easy, cruising. And eco mode is really nice because it keeps the revs very low, and it kind of makes for a very comfortable and relaxing driving experience, which is kind of neat. So this twin turbo V6 is very quiet. There really isn't a whole lot of noise from it at all, even when you're flat out. And it has lots of torque. It pulls very well. It's got a lot of power, and basically you don't feel wanting for anything else really. It's a great motor. The transmission works very well. I believe this is it's just the H-track all-wheel drive. Genesis's in-house transmission. Infotainment system isn't bad. It's definitely better than a lot of other systems that I've used. You've got kind of like a scroll wheel here that you press in and you can select different things. And then I'm not really sure why you have 2 maps, but you do. Heated steering wheel and heated seats work really nicely. Turning radius in this car is pretty nice. One thing I read a few reviews online, and there were some complaints about this not having the best turning radius, but I'm not really seeing that. This is just a super long. It's a big vehicle on the road, and I didn't find myself struggling to make a lot of 3-point turns into parking spots. I could pretty much make them in one swoop, which was nice. Oh man, there we go. 0 to 60 happens in virtually no time. And there's just kind of an effortless wave of torque all throughout the power band. Steering is actually quite good. It's very confidence inspiring for a luxury car. It's nice and tight. It's a relatively quick rack. The steering is actually very good in this car. It's the right weight when you want it to be light, and you can just kind of cruise around town, and then it weights up very well when you're cornering hard, and kind of gives you a lot of confidence going into a corner. Of course, on the highway you have adaptive cruise control, and then lane keep assist, which for some reason doesn't seem to steer you much. Though I haven't really played around with this too much. Yeah, lane keep assist may only just kind of give you a little warning. I don't know if it actually steers the wheel. I feel like it should. Yeah, it just gives you a little bit of a vibration. But radar guided cruise control does work quite well. Let's put it into sport mode here, and I'll show you what the paddles do. This is one of my few complaints about this car, is that the paddle shifters just feel kind of cheap. But there's a lot of grip here around this corner. Brakes are nice and confidence inspiring, and then the seatbelt kind of tightens up there to keep you in the seat, which is nice. I just drove the Cadillac CT6, and it does the same thing where it tightens up that seatbelt, but it almost jerks you back too far, and this is a nice balance. Handling is nice and flat. I mean, this car has a lot of grip. It's definitely not, performance vehicle, but it gets the job done, that's for sure. Sport mode lets the revs hang out just a little bit more, and just for fun, let's go into eco and just see how quiet things get. NVH in this car is fantastic. The ride is really great. It definitely errs, it definitely errs on the side of luxury. This car is basically designed and built and tuned to do luxury very well. And it definitely delivers on a lot of those points. I mean, this is a very relaxing, comfortable vehicle to drive. You get in, you turn on your Symphony Sirius XM station, and you just sit back and relax and go for a drive. It's very nice. It's a very pleasant driving experience. I've enjoyed my week in it a lot. It's been great. And of course, you know, if you need to get chauffeured around, this will also do that as well. Got a little storage cubby in here with some more outlets, a couple of cup holders, and then a place to maybe put your phone. There's some other things in here. There's that wireless charging system. So yeah, there you go, guys. Those are kind of my first impressions on the new Genesis G90. Hopefully we'll be getting some more cars in from Genesis here soon, and this is a really impressive offering for kind of their first round of vehicles in their new lineup. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.